New highs, lower oil pressure, and AI still doing AI things. Yeah, markets had a lot to digest yesterday. Hey everyone, it's Friday morning, May 29th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Alright, let's get started. So US stocks moved higher yesterday and actually closed at fresh record highs. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished just slightly above the flat line, while the Standard & Poor's 500 gained 0.6%. The Nasdaq Composite added 0.9%, which was a pretty strong turnaround after some earlier weakness during the session. Now, the big driver was a report that US and Iranian negotiators had made progress on a possible peace deal. According to the report, both sides reached an agreement on a 60-day memorandum of understanding. But, and this is important, the deal still needs approval from President Trump. That news was enough to calm markets a bit, especially after the two sides had exchanged fire near the Strait of Hormuz on Wednesday. And because that area is so important for global oil flows, investors were watching oil prices very closely. Oil did move lower from earlier gains. Brent crude traded around $93 per barrel, while West Texas Intermediate slipped below $90 per barrel. So, still very elevated, but at least markets got a little bit of relief there. Meanwhile, tech earnings gave another push to the AI story. Snowflake, Marvell, and HP all reported strong numbers after the closing bell on Wednesday. The message was pretty clear. AI is still driving spending in cloud, chips, and computers. Snowflake really stole the show. The company reported strong earnings and announced a $6 billion deal with Amazon Web Services. Its stock jumped more than 30%, which is a massive move. On the economic side, inflation data was also in focus. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Index, which is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, rose 0.4% in April. That was slightly below expectations, but still strong enough to keep the debate alive about whether inflation could put more pressure on the Fed. And finally, initial jobless claims rose to 215,000, up from a revised 210,000 the week before. Not a huge move, but still something to watch. So, bottom line, record highs for stocks, some relief in oil, AI momentum staying strong, and inflation still not fully out of the picture. Alright, that's it for today's Capital Markets Quickie. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and stay in the loop. See you tomorrow morning.